A Rwandan-backed rebel group is refusing to leave the Eastern Congo town of Walikale after previously agreeing to withdraw from the area as part of a so-called peace gesture. A spokesperson for the group known as M23 says the rebels backed out of the ceasefire because the Congolese army and allied militias did not remove their attack drones from the town. M23 captured Walikale, which is known for its gold mines and other important minerals, last week. Earlier this year, the group took over two other cities, including Goma, which is the largest in Eastern Congo. The United Nations says M23, also known as the March 23rd movement, was founded in 2012 by former Congolese soldiers who are mainly of Tutsi descent. The Prime Minister of DRC says at least 7,000 people have died in the conflict since January. For more, let's bring in Mvemba Phezo Dizolele. He's the Senior Fellow and Director of the Africa Program at the Center for Strategic and International Studies. Thank you for being here. How and when did this conflict between Rwanda-backed M23 and the Congo begin, and what led to this most recent escalation?
Thank you very much, Lindsay, for having me. This conflict has been going on for 2 years. That's the last iteration. But we have to keep in mind and remember that this conflict overall has been going on for 30 years. What drove the conflict is primarily two reasons that you hear the M23 rebels say, including, of course, Rwanda, which is the primary backer of this group, is that they're fighting to root out the FDLR, which is a remnant of a militia that was very active during the genocide in 1994 and fled to DRC and have been there for the last 30 years. And then two, they will say that they're fighting to restore the citizen rights of Congolese Tutsi who have been struggling with the government about whether they're Congolese or not. According to Rwanda, about 100,000 of them are in Rwanda in refugee camps, and Rwanda would like them to go back to DRC.
Well, the DRC has been affected by the Trump administration's recent cuts to foreign aid and USAID, the United States Agency for International Development. How has the conflict exacerbated the humanitarian crisis there?
The conflict, for sure, Lindsay, has increased the humanitarian crisis because both North and South Kivu are homes to the largest group of IDPs that you find in the world. According to some UNICEF and other UNHCR estimates, there are about 7 million internally displaced people in DRC. With the conflict, NGOs cannot get access to these camps, and a lot of these people are on the run. And you can only imagine the calamity that is causing in the region, including being caught in the crossfire between the belligerents.
Earlier this month, the U.S. State Department said it's interested in a minerals partnership with the DRC, extremely rich in cobalt, gold, uranium, other minerals. But the M23 leader said this will not stop the fighting between its rebels and Congolese forces. So why and would this potential deal provide any stability to the region?
The deal will not provide any stability if such a deal were to be hammered out. As far as we know, there is no deal at this point. And even if there were a deal, it would take time for corporations to set shop in DRC. It takes a long process to get permit, to set up your offices, to set up your factories, to hire people. The reality is such as the M23 will continue to gain territory whenever possible and wherever possible. The question, though, is what is the end goal of this war? I said it's been 30 years that they've been fighting, so we can, looking at the last 30 years, project the end of this. And that will not be anything pretty. There is no record of any rebel movement prosecuting war and bringing democracy or bringing stability to the country. And my view is that it will be the same thing with this. People are fighting for power, people are fighting for access to minerals, people are fighting to get position in the government. Even the process of negotiation is eventually to get either integrated into the military, integrated into government, or take over the government. But this is not about legitimacy because the people are not behind this type of action. The people are tired. The Congolese people have been caught up in this process for 30 years and they want peace. And there's no peace in sight, regardless of the processes that we're talking about, whether it's be Luanda in Angola, whether it be Nairobi, or as of late, the Qatar Doha process that we saw the Emir of Qatar hammer out between President Kagame of Rwanda and President Tshisekedi of DRC.
Mvemba Phezo Dizolele, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.